Good day, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about the garbage record book on board ships. A garbage record book is used to record the waste produced on a ship, such as plastics, food waste, and other garbage. It helps ensure that waste is managed properly and that the ship follows international environmental rules. This book is important because it helps keep the ship clean and protects the ocean from pollution. The United Nations, UN, is one of the most important international organizations in the world. It was established in 1945 after World War II, when countries needed to rebuild, recover, and prevent future conflicts. Its main purpose is to maintain international peace and security while encouraging cooperation among nations. Over time, the role of the UN has expanded beyond peacekeeping. Today, it also addresses global issues such as poverty, inequality, and environmental protection. Through the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, the UN aims to improve people's lives, reduce poverty, and protect the planet by 2030. When the UN was first founded, it had 51 member states. Today, it has grown to 193 member countries as of 17th of May 2026, representing almost every nation in the world. Each year, these countries meet at the UN headquarters in New York during the General Assembly to discuss global problems and work together on solutions. Besides its member states, the UN also recognizes two non-member observer states, the Holy See and the State of Palestine, which participate in discussions but do not have full membership. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, is the specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for regulating international shipping to ensure safety, security, and environmental protection at sea. It originated from discussions at a United Nations conference in Geneva in 1948 and was initially called the Intergovernmental Maritime Consultative Organization, IMCO. The IMO Convention officially came into force in 1958, and the organization adopted its current name in 1982. Today, the IMO is headquartered in London, United Kingdom, and comprises 176 member states, making it the central authority for global maritime standards. The IMO's core mission is to develop and maintain a regulatory framework that ensures safe, secure, efficient, and environmentally sound shipping, universally adopted and implemented by all member states. It also promotes a fair system for all countries, prioritizing safety and environmental protection over reducing costs at the expense of people and the planet. A key component of the IMO's mission is the development of international conventions that establish binding standards for the maritime industry. Currently, there are 68 such instruments, known as IMO instruments, which govern various aspects of maritime operations. One of the most significant IMO conventions is the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, commonly known as MARPOL. This convention focuses on minimizing marine pollution from major operational sources, such as oil, sewage, and garbage. MARPOL Annex 5, in particular, addresses the disposal of garbage from ships, requiring vessels to maintain a garbage record book on board. This log records all garbage handling activities on board, including waste discharge, transfer to port reception facilities, and incineration. It ensures that ships follow pollution prevention rules and comply with IMO environmental standards. By keeping proper records, ships can manage waste responsibly and help protect the marine environment. After understanding the role of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, in regulating safety and environmental standards at sea, it is equally important to recognize the contribution of the International Labour Organization, ILO, in protecting the rights and well-being of people working on board ships. Established in 1919 under the Treaty of Versailles, the ILO is one of the oldest specialized agencies of the United Nations and a pioneer in setting international labor standards. The ILO's foundational belief is that lasting peace can only be achieved through social justice. Therefore, it works to promote fair labor rights, decent working conditions, and human dignity for workers worldwide. The ILO has a unique tripartite structure involving governments, employers, and workers from its 187 member states as of 17th of May 2026. It has established 192 conventions, 5 protocols, and 209 recommendations to protect labor rights. Malaysia has ratified 19 conventions and 1 protocol, including the Maritime Labor Convention, MLC 2006, which safeguards seafarers' welfare. In maritime labor, The ILO helps improve seafarers' working conditions, as they often spend long periods at sea, face occupational risks, and remain away from their families. The MLC 2006 consolidates over 60 earlier maritime labor rules and sets minimum standards for employment terms, working hours, accommodation, health protection, and Social Security. The MLC 2006 entered into force on the 20th of August 2013 and helps ensure fair competition among ship owners through inspections and certification. It prevents poor labor conditions on board ships. The ILO works closely with the IMO to ensure that ships are not only safe, but also fair workplaces for seafarers. Malaysia demonstrates strong commitment to international maritime governance by ratifying 31 major international maritime conventions. These include 30 IMO conventions, such as SOLAS, Safety of Life at Sea, STCW, Standards of Training, CLREG, Collision Regulations, Load Lines, and the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, MARPOL, with its multiple annexes, which support safe, secure, and environmentally responsible shipping. Malaysia has also ratified one ILO convention, the Maritime Labour Convention 2006, MLC 2006, which protects seafarers' rights and welfare. The global maritime regulatory framework includes numerous IMO conventions and protocols that regulate ship safety, environmental protection, navigation, security, liability, compensation, and maritime transport. MARPOL Convention 7378 is the principal convention for preventing pollution from ships, covering oil, sewage, air emissions, harmful substances, and garbage. A key part of MARPOL is Annex 5, Regulations for the Prevention of Pollution by Garbage from Ships. It generally prohibits the discharge of garbage into the sea, except under strict conditions. It also requires ships to carry a garbage management plan and a garbage record book, while member states must provide proper port reception facilities for ship waste. Malaysia's ratification of 31 international instruments demonstrates its commitment to global maritime standards, including ship certification, environmental compliance, navigation safety, and crew welfare. This includes preventing marine pollution under MARPOL Annex 5. Through these ratifications, Malaysia acts as an active flag state supporting safer and more environmentally responsible shipping, although its level of ratification may still differ from some other maritime nations. MARPOL Annex 5 was developed in response to the serious harm caused by ship-generated garbage. Maritime incidents in 1972, such as the sinking of the Pallas, highlighted how large amounts of waste, including plastics, could damage marine life. Before Annex 5, some ships discharged garbage, such as plastics, food scraps, and other pollutants, directly into the sea, causing pollution and harming marine ecosystems. To address this problem, MARPOL Annex 5 entered into force in 1988 to control garbage pollution from ships. It sets clear rules on how ships should manage and dispose of waste. Ships must follow proper disposal procedures and maintain a garbage record book to document all waste activities. This helps reduce marine pollution and protect the ocean for future generations. As of 17th May 2026, MARPOL Annex 5 has achieved wide global acceptance in controlling garbage pollution from ships. It covers 98.5% of world tonnage and has 157 contracting states, demonstrating that a vast majority of global shipping adheres to its stringent standards for responsible garbage management. MARPOL Annex 5 entered into force on the 31st of December 1988. It provides rules for proper garbage disposal on board ships to reduce harm to the marine environment. Malaysia accepted MARPOL Annex 5 on the 31st of January 1997, and it entered into force in Malaysia on the 1st of May 1997. This reflects Malaysia's commitment to preventing marine pollution, supporting responsible waste disposal, and protecting marine ecosystems. According to Article 15 of MARPOL Annex 5, the regulations entered into force 12 months after at least 15 states, representing 50% of the world's merchant shipping tonnage, became parties to the convention. For states that joined later, the regulations would apply on the official entry into force date or 3 months after ratification or acceptance, whichever was later. If the convention was already in force, the regulations would apply 3 months after the state ratified. Furthermore, any amendments to MARPOL or its annexes apply once the required conditions are met and accepted by the relevant states. This system allows maritime environmental rules to be updated and strengthened over time, ensuring that countries, including Malaysia, continue to support marine ecosystem protection and sustainable waste management in global shipping. The Merchant Shipping Ordinance, MSO, 1952, has been amended to control marine pollution, including garbage disposal from ships. These amendments provide clear rules on how waste and garbage should be managed on board. Under Part 30, Ports and Port Officers, the minister has the power to make port rules. These rules cover matters such as port traffic, berthing, and vessel movement. Importantly, Sections 445 and 445S require ports to provide reception facilities for ship waste, including oily residues, harmful substances, sewage, and garbage. This ensures that ships can properly discharge their waste before entering or leaving port. Failure to follow these rules may result in a fine of up to Rm 10,000, imprisonment for up to 1 year, or both. Building on this, Section 491B of the MSO 1952 requires ships to notify the Director of Marine before carrying out certain activities in Malaysian waters, such as waste handling, tank cleaning, dredging, and ship-to-ship operations. Under MSN 5/2014, ships must submit notification to the nearest port office at least 24 hours before the activity. The Director of Marine may approve, reject, or impose conditions to prevent pollution and unsafe operations. Other notices expand these requirements further. MSN 15-2009 includes activities such as hot works, restricted anchoring, and underwater operations, showing that the rules can change and evolve over time. MSN 03-2024 requires a marine risk assessment, MRA, for certain higher risk activities, demonstrating that notification alone is sometimes insufficient. Failure to comply with Section 491B is a serious offense. The shipowner or master may face a fine of up to Rm 100,000, imprisonment for up to 2 years, or both. It is important to note that waste and garbage are different. Garbage generally refers to daily ship-generated rubbish, such as food waste, plastics, and domestic waste, under MARPOL Annex 5. Waste is broader and may include cargo residues, tank washings, and other operational discharges.